microphone
Got
check.
the ear. I mean, the ear, the hair today, fellas. New.
Yeah, styling and profiling.
Styling and profiling. Got my soul glow. I feel like what was
Carrie? Is that Jerry curl or
I don't know what
Carefree
this is.
curl? Right
I don't know what this is. So at my job, like years ago, we had a 70s party,
Mm-hmm.
and so in upstairs in the closet, I got the actual outfit, with the
butterfly collar,
with the hamburger meat hanging out, with a gold chain. Yeah. I got the boots and everything. And so when I walked into the building that day, they were like, "Yo, hold on!"
Yeah,
I was like, "Yeah, we really doing a 70s party." We had a disco ball, and I actually still have all that stuff. So I wouldn't mind throwing like a 70s party type, deal one day. But
we've done that at work before.
I need to do that.
Yeah, back
70s.
in my day.
So I still got my hair. And sometimes we do like cosplay stuff. So like I got my I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. Oh, okay. So I still got my Assassin's Creed uniform.
Oh wow.
Upstairs it's like when the movie
Creed
came out,
like Robin Hood-ish type, right? Yeah.
When was about assassins going around killing, having battle with Templars and
anyway. But they use like bow and arrows, right?
Yeah, they can. And they use sword. I mean, they're assassins. They can sticky rope.
It's like Robin Hood. Yeah.
Maybe. Sherwood Forest.
There you go.
Little John. Little John. All right, cool. So man, when is there not something going on in the music industry, man? Like, y'all see the thing with I keep wanting to say Xanax, but that's not the name of the lady. The imaginary lady. Janelle Monáe. New AI artist. Not even the Timbaland thing. Right? I mean, we know what the whole Timbaland came out with.
He started this whole thing.
His AI.
His fault.
Actually, he didn't start. He didn't even start it. He started the controversy, the discussion.
He didn't even start it, remember? Because there was an AI artist that they had.
There was a guy
a
couple years ago, a rapper.
And that they signed. And then now here we are today with Timbaland having his.
Where's that now? He's gone.
People shut it down.
They shut that down.
Deleted the backspace.
They shut that down. Alt and Control, Alt Delete.
Yeah.
Right. And so now Timbaland, of course, had his AI artist and still using that through Suno. But recently there has been a new one that's based out of Mississippi. The lady is a Mississippi creative designer. Okay. She is a poet. And she created this AI artist, which just got a 3 million record deal.
That's crazy. That's more than Drake's original deal, more than Kendrick's original deal.
How is this even possible?
Do we feel a way? Do we feel a little bit more accepting of it because it is a real person behind it who's writing real poetry, real lyrics?
Well, she says she is.
I say no.
She's saying that she's writing the real lyrics.
Everyone that's made, there's a real person behind it, but that don't mean that they have the talent. Could she sing the song?
No.
Yeah, so is it okay if you can't sing, but you always wanted to be a singer and you write amazing songs?
Is she even writing?
Just be a songwriter.
Can you? But let's say for
the purpose
hypothetical
of the conversation. Okay.
If you could, would that be okay? Because we're trying to define the rules of AI. We're trying to define like when it's okay. Like we heard Beanie Sigel do a verse that was AI a couple weeks ago, and it's real dope. Like it was like, oh
really?
I didn't hear that.
Oh, it's dope. He got a song with Jadakiss where he's rapping.
I heard the song with Jadakiss though.
He wrote it. If you notice, his voice has been terrible the last.
That's why people.
10 years.
That's why people have been saying it's Beanie Siegel's original voice.
Yeah,
like it's like his real voice,
it's AI.
But it's AI though.
Yeah, he went and cut the verse in his new voice, which is not.
And then use the
AI, and it sounds like the old Beans, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is incredible!" And
the video was dope too.
All the comments, this is what AI is for, and everybody's tagging the DOC, you next, DOC, you next,
Exactly.
So that's acceptable. If you lost your voice, you used to rap, so like the DOC and Beanie Sigel. Well, what I'm saying is we're defining rules though. So in this scenario,
I like that.
Is it acceptable?
I don't like, but
I'm saying
that's acceptable.
We're trying to define
if
rules.
you're using it for yourself,
because you don't. Well, because
that's like a wheelchair.
It's because you're incapacitated for doing it.
It's a tool to assist you in doing something that you would otherwise not be able to do.
I just use that as an example because that's one example where it's widely accepted. So I'm trying to find out what's acceptable, what's not acceptable.
What's not.
So I'm just asking, if you, let's say you always wanted to sing. Let's say you can sing a little bit, but you can't sing that good. And you don't like your voice, you're terrible, but you can write. Is it okay? I'm not saying it is, I'm just asking the question. Because when I first saw the article,
ooh, that light hit me right in
I would
top of the bean. I'm blinding the viewers at home.
When I first saw the article, I was thinking is this okay? Because if it's a real poet,
is it okay?
It's a real poet who writes poetry, and she just wanted to become a singer, so she made up a AI persona, like an avatar. And I'm not saying
the AI
it is.
artist is singing her song that she wrote. I'm not saying
it is, but it does make me just. I didn't get enraged at first. So let me think this through, and I never thought it through. So I'm thinking it through now.
So we're thinking it through now
with you all.
So
is it acceptable? Because if she wrote it herself, if she wrote all the stuff herself,
and that's what I'm saying. If
I say no,
because she's just stating that she wrote it.
I say no. Beyonce, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton, those women have voices that are their voice, that they took vocal lessons in order to be able to perform and sing the songs that they sang. And now you have somebody who perhaps cannot carry a note and never has, being touted as this great artist, and they don't have the capability that real human artists had to have in order to reach the heights and successes that they did. Things that they worked on. Like, Usher had to have like vocal rest because of how much singing he was doing. You got, I want to say, was it Janet Jackson or Tracy Chapman? Somebody like that had to have like surgery on their vocal cords so they could continue to do what they love to do. Like, and so to then be able to just type in a prompt and get an amazing vocal out, that's so unfair to those people.
So should we not support it, or should it be illegal? It's two different things. Like, does that person, does that lady in Mississippi have a right to do it as a free person walking the earth? Does she have a right to create and put stuff out?
I think that there should literally be a home for artificial music. If people want to create it and the technology allows them to do it, they should be able to do that.
But it shouldn't fall into the realm of
Spotify, which is a bad example, but Spotify and then Spotify AI. So it's got its own chart. It doesn't pay out any royalty. Like, I think it should be completely separate so that you know what is fake and what is real. And the problem is right now they're trying to blend the two, and it's really of no credit to either. It's discrediting to AI, or I guess it's a credit to AI in our opinion, because we think it's creating something that
the music
real.
So the music is made in Suno, right?
Yeah.
Which really nobody owns the compositions that are coming out of Suno. Right. So you can't say that you made that composition. You can't say you made that music because you didn't.
But you can upload that music to a DSP though.
You can.
And if you do that, that DSP will pay you out mechanical royalties.
They will.
That should not be.
That's nasty.
But you're losing me a little bit though, because her
album's number 3 in the country or something.
Who gets the money though? Because money is still being generated.
Yeah, it's going to
subscriptions. Who gets that money?
Well, the mechanical money is going to the person who uploaded.
I'm saying, but
and then obviously Spotify's still going to benefit.
I'm asking you, with your solution of making Spotify AI, where does that money go? Because where should it go?
It shouldn't have no money.
Generate no revenue.
He's saying it should generate no revenue.
Impossible. It's going to generate.
It should generate no.
It's going to. It's going to.
And it may, but it should not.
Think about what you're saying, Ty.
Because nobody really created this music.
Y'all are listening.
It is a computer that created it.
If it is available to the public, it's going to generate revenue. Okay. If the public has access to it, it's going to generate. So my question is, what you mean no?
I mean, there's lots of things that are the internet.
There's
things on the internet that are available to the public that don't generate.
Access to In order to have,
that's why Wikipedia is always begging for money because it doesn't generate revenue. And we all use Wikipedia.
In order to have access to Spotify, there's going to be revenue generated because there's ads, there's subscriptions. So you're saying that doesn't generate money because it does generate money. It's going to generate money.
Yeah, but my concern is that it shouldn't.
Paying
How do you stop it? You can't stop it from.
You can absolutely stop it from paying out money.
You just don't.
So you want Spotify to keep all the money? That's crazy. It's going to generate revenue.
Well, that's what he's saying. He's saying, what is the process of creating a Spotify AI segment?
Yeah, where it holds that.
Where it doesn't generate any income from any ads, any sponsorships,
you don't run ads.
commercials.
If you want to listen to that, you can listen to that. But it doesn't
run any streams or anything like that.
They're not running anything on that side of the platform.
Period.
That side of the platform is exactly what it is. It's basically a hard drive for AI content.
That's it.
It's not even an active. It's not active in that way. The other one that has artist engagement,
I don't think it ever happened.
It won't. But I'm just saying
what it should be, or what he desires it to be.
Yeah,
but
I don't think that will happen. But
it would never happen
because obviously nobody's gonna put the time.
If it's uploaded, it's going to generate revenue. They're going. That's just smart business.
They're going to generate revenue off of it.
But my question is like,
because when you think about, sorry, I mean to cut you off, but when you think about this particular album from that particular artist, it's number 3.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It's going to generate revenue. They're going to
already has.
The question is, how did that, kind of like what we talked about before?
Is it real?
Kind of like what we talked about before with the other people, the Sunvale Reflection or Sun Valley, Hill Valley
the
group.
AI band.
Yeah, the AI band, right? How did they get to be number 1? How did they get to be number 3? Who's behind pushing the music up to that spot? Because I can guarantee you, old Miss Lady down in Mississippi ain't probably got the capital to generate that position.
I bet she
on that billboard to say.
I bet she.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. She ain't got the revenue to push it up to number 3.
How we know
on the R&B chart?
How we know?
Or
think about that.
Or don't
think about it. Who does then?
Spotify.
And so how does that benefit them? Is it just to B's point, they're gonna run ads against it, or?
I mean, if it's the number 1, number 3 album song on the chart,
well, why not pick a real artist to do that too?
Well, I think once you get it in there, it'll start getting real streams. Once you put some money and get it in,
because we get a real stream. Who do I gotta give it to you?
Saying. What I'm saying is somebody put a Kickstarter budget on that thing.
If I have to do it to a real artist, guess what I got to do? Pay you. I gotta give you some money.
Yeah, but Spotify has the ability to make more money off of a person who can add more content to their site. Because that adds traffic, and I don't believe that them more money
because I can push out more AI songs than you can produce as a real human being. Easily,
that's a fact.
Easily. While you in your studio writing 8, 9 songs,
that's a fact.
I'm at 50 songs already
in 15 minutes,
and that's how that one group was able to release album after album.
Yeah, I saw that
album.
Yeah, they had several. Yeah,
within a 2, 3, 4 month span because they have the ability to generate.
But I think that's the case with this particular.
It is the same case.
She's got a bunch of material. It's not just this one project. This lady apparently has been feeding this stuff into the DSPs.
That's right. Because I went to listen to it. She had a bunch of music up there. Well,
yeah.
Well, her AI avatar had a bunch of
music up there.
That's up there. She claims, you know what? I'm not going to check it. She claims she's writing it. Okay. Right. But when I listen to the music, I can tell that this music, right? They talk about how that was in the terms and conditions, right? Then we talk about this last episode. Terms and conditions is that Spotify has the ability to train their AI models on your music. That was part of the terms and conditions. They don't let anybody else do it, but they'll definitely do it.
Does it say train their AI models?
What?
Does it say that verbatim?
Yes. In that line, it said it disallows the scraping of other AI models, but they absolutely will train their AI models on your music. Well, shoot, we got to go back and look at the term and condition. I don't know if it says it word for word, but it says something in the context.
That's another one of those scenarios where I don't think that means what you think that means. I think that the AI model that they're referring to is the AI model that they use in order to create playlists, in order to decide when you do autoplay what song it goes to next. They take that music, they take the genre that music is in, they even take the tempo and male or female vocal, and then they decide whether or not they group it with other. They let their AI model decide whether or not it groups it with other songs that are similar to it.
Or maybe it's ambiguous. Maybe it's ambiguous on purpose. Maybe they left it ambiguous so you can use it both ways.
Because we don't know. Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Is it acceptable? When I listen to the song, it sounds
Spotify
like
make this artist pop, or
I'm always thinking
just break the code.
I'm always thinking there's Spotify. One of these
got something to do
DSP is behind it in some capacity because of the quickness of it and that person's ability to reach that height so fast. Like the Sun Hidden Valley band, whatever their name is, they came out with an album, and that album immediately shot up on the charts.
I think as long as they put a warning on it, like we said,
I think it should be separate. That's why you separate it. That's why you.
So you'll have to have a warning.
That's why you put, if you in the AI section of the streaming platform, then you know everything that you listening into in that platform is AI. I don't think we should be intermingling the two.
But are they in trouble? Are independent artists in trouble?
I don't think so.
In the sense of streaming, they absolutely are, because if you don't separate the two, there's the catalog of that artist is like extensive, right? And so in those AI models that are creating autoplay playlists, they're picking her songs instead of yours. That's a problem for you.
Because you're not getting money. You're not getting streams.
That's revenue that should have came to you because you had real music that fit the genre, that should have fit the playlist. But because they were able to make 50 songs in a day and feed the algorithm in a pace that you couldn't, now they're getting it and you are not. So I think that obviously, like we talk about on this show, is how do you find a way to find your audience to pivot in a way that you can be profitable? And that's what independents are going to have to do. But that's also the reason why when legislation is being created and when these scenarios are taking place, we got to stand up and be like, hey, we need some real guidelines here, because this the wild, wild west right now.
It's wild.
If this project is number 3 on the R&B charts, then who got slighted? Because somebody did.
Who could have been number 3?
Some real person should have been number 3. But then that also means that it pushed down number 4 and number 5. And now everybody below this project, their positioning was altered by something that's not a true artist.
I don't think Spotify streams and Spotify placement is like a inalienable right. You know, you don't have a right to like a position on Spotify. If Spotify want to run their stuff to jerk you off, I guess
pause.
I think he was gonna pause that.
Pause it.
But if they want to jerk you out of your position, if they want to screw over, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all too old for this.
We got you.
If they want to screw over artists, then artists would just move to another platform.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to be able to pivot.
But there's no right. You don't have a right to like a Spotify.
No, you don't, because Spotify
to a playlist. If that's how they want to play, this is what it is.
Let me tell you something. It's not going to be just a Spotify thing. We're hearing about it because Spotify is the world's largest platform. But I guarantee you there's somebody sniggling and giggling in a corner making millions of dollars off a title. Making sniggling and giggling, making millions of dollars off of Deezer, off of Boom Play,
look.
off of these other ones that they know that you're not checking for like that.
Hey, build your own fan. First of all, I will fight for labels. I think there ought to be labels on all AI music so that the consumer can know what they're getting into.
There should be labels on it.
Absolutely. And the consumer should be aware. So if they want to make an informed decision to
support that,
filter out all AI or whatever,
that need to be an option.
That need to be an option.
That should be an option. But
that's why we got to fight for something.
But I don't think we should try to stop. Listen,
no.
It is what it is. Make it. Remember, I said on this show, make your own streaming. You know, make your own. Make your own app.
Is it unfair to people who have put their blood, sweat, and tears into making music?
It's not supposed to be fair. Spotify don't got to be fair.
No. That an AI artist, not even an AI artist, Joe Schmo sitting in his PJs, his tighty whities at home, right?
Piece of stain down in front of his shirt.
Can create music.
He killing your bars. He barring you up.
You making music on Suno. And has no musical capabilities and talent at all, creating music in that UDO Suno environment, making it sound amazing because this lady's song sounds like a mix of K. Michelle and Beyonce. Like when I listen to it, I'm like, yo, that's Beyonce right there. Like,
listen, y'all, it's coming, all right? And there's some talking about rap. There's rappers now. There's rappers that can rap really, 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 really well because they studied the technical way to rap.
Yeah.
You know, but they're like bad for the culture. You know what I'm saying? They're not cool at all. They got no, if you hear them talk, I don't want to say no names, but there's no kind of like swag to them at all. But they learn how to technically put words together and they make good rhymes and they got big fan bases.
They master their craft.
I guess my point is that like,
they master their craft.
To me, that's almost as bad as AI to me. Certain artists. Almost as bad as AI because I could tell
their behaviors.
I could tell that you a nerd, that you're not about the culture, but you learn how to put words together a certain way. You sound like a dork when you open your mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's like you totally uncool, but you can put words.
I get what you're saying.
You can put words together well. You learn how to study and I say it off. I don't want to hate on nobody, but there's certain artists that that they like.
You're saying it like I'm from Degrassi. But then I learned to rap really well, and I'm now the biggest artist in the world.
Oh, no, not talking about Drake.
I know.
I wasn't talking about Drake.
I'm just making it. I'm just saying that.
I mean,
that's applicable example.
It makes sense, right? It's like I'm a nerd guy. I'm not really into that type of culture.
Artistry. You can't. That's almost not fair to artistry as what we know artists.
But I guess because I've been feeling
the culture is something different.
Right. I've been feeling this way for a few years about a couple rappers who can put words together real well. And y'all can figure it out at home because these rappers get called out all the time. Or like Joe Budden and other people. They get called out all the time. You can tell who they are. But it's like, to me, that's close to AI because they've mastered the art of technically.
But at least they're doing it.
Yeah, but my point is, though, is AI is the next step. Instead of me taking the hours to learn how to put these words, to be a nerd and learn how to put these words together, I'm just going to do it on a computer instead. It's almost the same thing. I'm just going to do it.
It's not the same thing.
No, it's the same kind of lane. You missing.
You got to get in front of that mic. You done broke a sweat in a booth before.
You missing the point though. My point is that it's all bad for the culture. That's that person at home, even though it's them doing it. It's still hip hop is in a place where we can let anybody come in and learn how to put words together. Without having any culture behind them, and then they get all their fans who aren't. Because remember, most of the consumers of hip hop aren't black people anyway from the culture.
They're not,
right?
So that's the example I was about to give.
So what I'm saying is, you can have people who you already seeing it with this country rap. People who aren't even on the culture are learning how to rap real well. They got their own fans, and forgive me for my French. It's like fuck these niggas. Now we can push black people.
Exactly.
We're gonna take their culture from them, push them out, and just make it ours now. It's happening. So to me, it's very similar to the whole AI thing.
But neither one of them is good.
And that's what he's saying, though. Neither one is good.
Neither one is good.
And my point is,
that's what he's saying. Neither one is good.
My point is that this is the future.
Because we didn't stop that from happening.
We almost can't because
we didn't stop.
It's a free country. It's a free. People can't have.
We didn't stop.
People have the right to make their own stuff. Their own platforms. You're gonna have your Aiden Rosses out here, your Mr. Beasts, whoever these streamers are.
Right.
And it's like, you know how it's for us by us for FUBU? It's gonna be for them by them, cutting us out.
We didn't stop Lil Timmy from making beats in Suburbia.
So my point is that
FL Studios,
we got to do in our P's and Q's anyway. This is all coming. It's all happening in real time. It's the future.
I think that's fine. I think there still needs to be guidelines.
Of course, I said put a label on there.
There needs to be guidelines for sure.
But my point is make all the guidelines you want. Okay, if people choose to like listen to AI music, they're gonna do it.
Have your own charts,
but let it be a choice.
Of course.
For example, I guarantee there's people that I won't even guarantee because the whole thing could be fake. But there's people who listen to that music and didn't know that wasn't an actual person.
At first, they didn't until it came out and was revealed that this person was an AI artist. And they did not know that song those songs were fake songs.
And we would, and if that happened in a store or something like that, we call it false advertising.
I'm about to make an AI artist of myself.
I guess my point is that
to do it.
My point is that while we should fight for the label, I'm all for the labels and the filtering, and that should be. My point is, let's not major on that because we argue about the wrong thing. We need to be worried about how to preserve our culture, period, in general. That should be the real fight.
That's too late.
This is part of the fight, though.
It's part of it.
It's part of it.
R&B project is number 3 on the R&B charts. It is jeopardizing the integrity of our culture.
Ty, what I'm saying is that with all the labels in the world, it can still be number 3 because they're taking the culture from us. You get what I'm saying? That the consumers at home don't care, especially if they're not from the culture. You got people who support hip hop for years who don't look like us. They're gonna possibly choose the AI over us because it's not us. They're taking it from. It's my point. Yeah,
the point is they're taking it.
Make the labels like that. That will not stop AI artists going number 3. It won't stop you in the future. You can put all the labels you want. We gotta be more concerned about preserving our culture.
Just make them number 3 on the AI R&B chart
versus the regular R&B charts.
Okay, so
there has to be a guideline, right?
Okay,
all AI music going on a separate AI chart.
So what happens when the AI charts become the main charts and real music is underground now? What happens then?
My man is speaking about Cyberdyne type.
What I'm saying is that we're
in the future.
We're majoring on the wrong thing.
Terminator.
We need to be worried about the culture and keeping our culture preserved in general, as a whole, whether it's AI or a real person.
Either one, but it's both.
Yeah, I don't understand how you do one without the other. If our concern is the culture, and these are things that are literally the things that are assimilating or whatever to our culture, then if we protect ourselves from that, then we are protecting our culture, are we not?
We cannot stop.
True.
We cannot stop the onslaught of AI that's coming up. We cannot stop it. It's coming. AI artists, AI bands, AI virtual concerts.
They're already there.
Virtual concerts.
They're already there. They already have.
When you go down to State Farm Arena and everybody like watch the
hologram. That's why they got the hologram.
That's what's coming. It's coming whether you like it or not. So how about we, of course, again, make the labels, make the warning label, make the AI charts all you want to. If we don't preserve, first of all, human culture, number 1, humans, then Black culture. If we don't major on that, we're in trouble anyway.
But how do you preserve the culture and to still allow those things to permeate itself in the culture? What things should you be implementing in order to protect the culture? Yes, guidelines, having separate charts, but there still has to be.
What can you do besides that, though? Because
I don't know.
Remember, I asked the question.
That's the thing.
I asked the question: should it be illegal to create this stuff? And we said no, it shouldn't be illegal to create it. So as long as it's legal to create it, then it's going to be.
But
created.
I think there has to be, and we're talking about it. There has to be separation between the two, and I don't know how that happens, and I don't know in what capacity it happens. Right now, is the meshing of the two. But how do you take it in order to preserve true music versus digitally created music through Suno, Udio, right? And how do you separate those two? Yes, you can do it through labeling, you can do it through charting, but what are other mechanisms? And I think that's even a conversation that has to happen on a larger perspective, is what avenues or things can be done to ensure that those things are separated in that way, so that those two, there's clear, definitive lines between real human musicians and AI avatar created music and musicians.
I'm more concerned with making good music, get the culture voices out our business, getting back to real production, artist development, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's my real concern. Like, they're gonna be making AI no matter what you say, man. It's coming.
But even if you do all of those things, even if you do all the development, they still have to compete with the AI artists.
Yeah, like
things happening. Like
the sentiment of what you're saying.
How do they do that? How do they do that? They got to still.
For example,
they're still gonna be impacted by it.
You're still gonna be impacted by it. And let's remember what AI is. It's all fed by what we put into it.
It has to be.
So the more we do things to solidify our culture and X, Y, Z, and then all they got to do is add that into their algorithm.
They're gonna do it,
and
anyway,
then they're gonna be
just.
That's why all we need is
you can't stop it.
But that's why there needs to be some division between
the two.
What is in order to know like what is real and what is fake. That just needs to be.
It has to be something.
Just needs to be said.
Okay.
Trying to stop it is not realistic. Let's not.
We
not
can't stop it.
And so, to your point, that's something that we shouldn't put energy into. Is attempting to stop it, attempting to cry about it. And don't cry about it. Just let's create the parameters that are necessary, and then, like you said, let's focus on what you want to focus on. Because clearly, this black lady is focused on making AI music, so she ain't concerned about preserving nobody's culture, because she wouldn't have done what she did. So for those of us that are concerned with the culture, then we're going to be on this side of the line and let her get her AI on this side of the line.
She sure is.
But to pretend like if we leave it intermingled because it is what it is, that it's not going to assimilate to whatever it is that we're doing, and then we'll find 100 AI artists at the top of the charts and the other
100 at the bottom of the chart.
And then us at the bottom. No, there needs to be some type of line of division. Do we need to focus on ourselves?
100%.
Absolutely. But at the same time, if we don't position ourselves to be literally part of an experience that is authentic to humans, we don't want this intermingled, I don't think. Because if you're talking about the culture, you're talking about people, you're talking about tradition, you're talking about music, you're talking about clothes, all things that can be picked up by AI and an algorithm and assimilated to.
As far as the charts go, somebody gonna make a chart.
Not even the chart, but I'm just saying even how you find the music, period. Like, I don't care about ranking them. I don't care nothing about a rank. But I'm saying, for example, I can go on to my Amazon Music and I can say I don't want to hear any songs with explicit lyrics, and I don't hear them. It will not play them. That is the filter. I want to be able to say I don't want any AI songs, and I won't hear them.
Yep. And that's part of the guidelines in regards to how people consume AI music.
Yeah, I ain't crying about it. There's people over there listen to the AI. Let them listen to it.
They're definitely listening to the song.
Yeah,
they're listening to it
clearly.
And so,
like I said, I
still want to hear it.
I think she done put the Thug kid on it, and she probably put a little money into the promo. Like he said, I put $55,000 on it.
She put 55,000. I don't think she.
I think she put the 55 on it.
I know. I need to see it.
For it to go to number 3, she put the 50. She might have put the 52 on it.
I don't know.
That's why it only went to number 3.
Oh,
that's
crazy.
Long
way to go with that,
but look,
AI's coming though.
It's here.
It's here.
It's here.
It's here.
I mean, we can't stop it. It is here, right? Yeah. But there's things that we can do to give exposure. As an example, like with your girl Cardi B, right? She's out here on the street. That's make it sound so crazy.
That's crazy.
She out on the street, but she said it. She's trying to feed her kids by selling these albums, right? She's arguably one of the biggest rappers in the game. And she's out here peddling her music on the. I don't want to use those types of words, but I mean that's really what she's doing
on the streets. He got her peddling. It's crazy.
I mean, she had a blanket. She had her music on the blanket. She's walking around. Hey, back in the day when you wanted to position your music, or promote your music, you walked around with music, with CDs.
Yeah.
Peddling your music in the mall, and you got the streets.
Had street teams.
And you was boom. And so she now
is she preserving the culture?
Her street team.
She's trying to get back to
the original.
See, I know he don't like Cardi B like that, so that it's hard for him to say anything. He like, I'd rather say nothing because I ain't got nothing nice to say.
I don't mind a promo. I like the promo. First of all, I like a lot about Cardi B. I loved Cardi B before she was even famous. Well, before she was a rapper. I'm a big fan of Cardi B. I just don't think she's a great rapper, and I don't think she's gonna have a long-term future as being a great rapper.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think her run is she's a superstar. She's gonna have a long. I've said this before on record, so it's not new information. But I think for the record, she's gonna be a long-term superstar as a personality, but as a rapper, no, not at all. But I think that
but she's doing things that
she's gonna enjoy her run while it's hot. But I do think. Well, I don't want to. Because you're gonna have me start talking bad about Cardi. I ain't trying to talk bad about nobody, but I do think that's part of the problem with the culture, though, is that you can have somebody sing rap karaoke raps and blow up, and that's like almost as bad as AI, but that's another story.
But you said AI is here or AI is coming, and so that is what it is.
Yeah,
and this scenario would be no different. Cardi's not the first person to not write her own raps, and she won't be the last.
No, Easy didn't write his, but and Easy was terrible from what I heard. Terrible in terms of learning how to rap. It was hard to get him to learn. But to me,
Cube struggled with that.
To me, he's credited to Dre and Yella in him because he sounded great on his records to me. But I think
Cube wrote them.
Cube and DLC and Ren,
especially DLC, wrote the raps, and then Dre made them sound great.
Yeah, but I just think and I think a lot of rappers, shoot, Dre didn't write most of his raps,
because he wasn't really a rapper.
He sounded great, but I just think that
he had a good voice for it, though.
Yeah, he did, but he wasn't a rapper, right? So he in that sense, like a Cube was.
I'll say something controversial, and I shouldn't say this because I got a lot of friends and buddies.
Let's do it
over there. I'm even gonna say I don't want to make them up.
You want to get that call that?
Because I got love of people, but I just think certain people. Because I don't want to be picking on Cardi. I was trying to name somebody else who I like that I told. It was something like I'm picking on Cardi, but there's other rappers out there who have writers who sound terrible because it's like
they have bad. Writers and they sound terrible.
Yes, rappers.
That's just because they're bad at rapping.
No. I'm talking about legends who are legendary rappers who later in their career have people write the raps for them, and in certain instances they sound terrible because it's like whoever's doing your writing, and producing you.
Well, I'm not even going to. Dre did that. Isn't that what happened with? Who did we talk about last time?
Oh boy. Well,
T.I. is done. T.I. You could tell some of people in Grand Hustle have written raps, and then T.I. rapped them. You could tell.
There was somebody we specifically talked about.
What? Oh, I never knew that. T.I. I thought.
Here we go. Look, we go. Look,
T.I. ain't write all his rap. It's
no, I think he did.
Several songs I could point to.
I'm not.
We're going to go look at the credit.
Nah, man.
The credits.
It's several songs I could point to. The flow that he chose is not his flow. You could, and there's another person in his camp that got that same flow.
I thought because T.I. was very versatile. He could flow differently. So no, man.
I find the song I play. You be like, yeah, that doesn't sound right.
I'm giving T.I. credit because ain't no way he got ghostwriters, man. Nope.
Oh, I don't know.
He definitely does. He don't write.
He definitely got him.
Yeah, I mean,
but here's the point.
That 85% of rappers have used a line, a bar, a syncopation
to me that's
from
a little
somebody
bit,
else.
To me, that's a little bit different. Because to your point, not every, but most major rappers have help. I think help is a little bit different from ghostwriting. Help is when help is a luxury. If you're big enough and got enough money and got enough leverage where you can have 10 or let's say 5 dope rappers to help you, you can work a lot faster. Whereas yourself, it may take you longer to pen a perfect 16. But if you get stuck, you can look to your left, to your right. You got
what y'all got?
Right. I think you say this line right here. I think that's dope. Okay, cool.
You can do a lot more, a lot faster.
Ghostwriting.
Most rappers have that because to me, that's a luxury. When I get stuck, I'm just stuck. You understand what I'm saying? I got to put it down. But if it's like I tell a lot of women that get older who try to stay in shape. I say, don't compare yourself to J-Lo. She got a whole staff of people to help her look good. You don't. So don't compare yourself. Whereas rappers coming up, these big rappers, they got a whole squad of dope.
They got a whole team.
So when they're in there in the studio, they can get help. To me, that's a little bit different than like a ghostwriter. To me,
yeah, ghostwriter.
So I think most rappers have that, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
From what I know. But as far as like writing a verse, no, I don't do a Tip like that, man. Tip ain't handle.
Yeah, nah, he definitely done had some help.
Well, I think having help is great, but to actually have a person
saying, like,
pen your whole song?
No, not like that. But I'm just saying.
See, to me, that's what ghostwriting is.
It could be 16 bars of a record, and it'd be like that 16 bars is not his.
The whole 16?
The whole 16?
Not T.I.
Nope. I mean, now we playing semantics. Okay, so 12. It wasn't 16.
No, not T.I.
I'm gonna play you some songs.
I refuse to believe.
Nah.
T.I. to me is lyrically, other than Andre 3000, the best lyrical rapper from the South. And I open him ahead.
T.I. is the best rapper.
I don't even know if y'all know this.
How? He don't write his
I don't even know
write his verses.
That don't have nothing to do with that. The number 3 best rapper all the time is Drake.
I'm talking to y'all in the camera right now.
We know he don't write his.
Drake ain't top 10.
Drake
ain't even top 10 best rapper.
Look. Hold on. Wait.
Rap
I'm
artist.
Sorry.
Rap artist, yes. Rap artist, yes.
Brian and Ty.
Come on, rappers?
Hold on.
So it's T.I.
Hold on 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, look. We were talking about Cardi B. Right? And then we're talking about T.I. and
we're talking about Ghostwriter. We're talking
about No. We weren't talking about Ghostwriters.
This
is the Indie Unplugged.
We were talking about
Ghostwriters
that artists deal with.
And it was Cardi B.
We were talking about
we were trying to get into
promotion,
physical promotion of CDs,
getting
back to the culture,
and albums, vinyl, which Cardi B is out there promoting today.
CDs
on a Aladdin rug
on the
streets of New York, in the streets of Atlanta.
Facts.
Right. And all those things that independent artists should be doing, because we rely heavily on Spotify, Tidal, streaming DSPs, and things like that. But here you have somebody who's absolutely one of the biggest rappers today using old school methods of promoting her music.
My only question is, I love it, right? I love the idea of it conceptually, but where y'all playing these CDs at? I'm just asking for a friend. Where y'all playing these CDs? Cars or not?
I don't have a CD.
If you've bought a car in the last 5, 6, 8,
my car actually has a CD player.
I have a 2013 car that has a single disc.
Yeah, single disc,
and that's a 2013.
But who has CD players?
So who's got CD players at the house? You got a CD player at your house?
Not at home.
Not your Xbox. Not your PlayStation. Who has a CD player? I love what she's doing. I'm not hating on that at all. And obviously for me, I'm saying I love it, but that's because I came up in a generation where that was how we consume music anyway. So I don't know, like, weigh in. I don't know. Do the younger
no, they don't
consumer think that this is weird?
They may.
I think vinyl is selling more than CDs.
And are they playing these vinyls, or are people collecting souvenirs?
No, vinyl is a thing.
Yeah, vinyl is now a thing.
You got vinyl section at Target and Walmart, and they sell record players regularly.
Okay,
so
they're selling record players.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
on a regular basis.
I know they got the little USB looking record player. Yeah, I've seen that.
That you can burn the album into MP3s.
Yes.
Yeah, they got those too. But people are actually buying real record players to play.
I want to get one.
Like, you gonna buy speakers too?
Y'all see it over there, behind B over there. Like my wife and kids bought that one for my birthday. And then I bought the speakers because I actually got, but I'm an old head though.
But to your point though, I maybe in the US, but countries like Japan and Germany play a lot more CDs.
They do.
So like maybe it may be an international thing, but it is kind of weird doing it. But I think
I feel like they're just like promo. Remember back in the day?
That's my point.
Yeah, when it was like just promo goods. Like
that's what it is.
It's like the equivalent to a T-shirt.
It's not meant to be played.
It's not meant to be played. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And I don't think that's what her intent is to actually sell CDs or to actually sell vinyls, right? I think it's promoting the album itself so that you can go listen to it on all the DSPs. But I don't think and if you want to buy the vinyl, great. If you want to buy the CD because you got a CD player in your car or, CD changer like we used to have back in the day, great.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the intent. for her to do that.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, it's novel to be like, oh yeah, I want to buy the CD, I want to buy the vinyl, but at some point, it's kind of one of those things where you get paid for the radio play, you get paid for the stream. If somebody is playing that CD over and over again, you won't see a dime.
And that's why they used to sell CDs for $17.99.
And that's why I tell people who get mad at streaming. Yes, we should have higher.
Don't get mad.
We should have higher streamer. We should but it ain't as high. It shouldn't be high as you think it should be because you get to play it forever.
Forever.
You can eat off that thing for 100 years.
Yeah, that's why what's their name? It's the not royalty collection board, the collection board of royalties. Whoever the three body individuals are in the government that controls what the streaming payout rates are. I forgot what their actual is.
Yeah,
the letters are C, B, and R, but whichever format they order they appear in.
Yeah.
But they set the actual rate of streaming and what artists are paid for their streams. Not record labels. They probably influence it because they probably got lobbyists who are saying, oh, they should get this and should get this. But there's a governmental body that actually set the rate for streams for DSPs. And it's not us, and it's not Spotify. A lot of people think Spotify sets the rate, but they don't.
What? They definitely set the rate.
Nah, the CB. Who are these people? What are these people called?
Spotify sets. Every DSP sets their rates.
No,
so hold on.
DSP has a different rate.
But they have to. I think they have to be
maybe
within
like a minimum.
So to your point, there could be a board that is setting a rate. So let's say I set the rate at $1. I pay Spotify $1 because that's the rate. Spotify doesn't have to pay me $1.
That's right.
So Spotify is paying me 0.003 on every dollar, even though they may be receiving $1.
I gotta find out who they are.
But they absolutely choose their own rate.
And yes, but I think it has to still be within the
like a minimum.
I wish I knew who.
Let me tell you why how that's easily identifiable. From your PRO, when you receive your statement, there are multiple categories for every streaming platform. So it won't just say Amazon Music. It won't just say Apple Music. It won't just say Spotify Music. It will say Spotify Premium. They might pay the 3.003. Spotify Family, they pay 001. Spotify Student, they pay 00001. They pay a different rate depending on what plan you have, because that plan dictates what their profit margin is. If you have a premium plan, then they pay the artist the highest rate that they will pay. But if you have a family plan and they know you splitting that thing 5 ways to Sunday, they pay a lower rate because it's affecting their profitability.
Okay, so look.
And those vary by provider.
In the U.S., now I don't know what, I have to go look at what the actual rates are, but there is a board, right? So in the U.S., the government body responsible for setting statutory royalty rates for streaming is the Copyright Royalty Board. I know those letters is
Copyright Royalty Board. You said
CRB. Yes, Copyright Royalty Board. The actual collection and distribution of these royalties are handled by several private government designated organizations. It is a panel of 3 copyright royalty judges established within the Library of Congress. Its primary function includes rate setting. The CRB holds regular proceedings to determine and adjust the royalty rates and terms for compulsory and statutory licenses. These are licenses that the law requires digital streaming services and other users to obtain and pay for. Royalty distribution, which is the other primary function, the board oversees the distribution of royalties collected under the statutory license. And they actually set whatever the rate is. And it goes through, it breaks down sound exchange, the composition royalties, dealing with the MLC and the different PROs. But there's a rate that they have set for.
Yes, and you do know that all those streaming service providers pay different rates, right?
Yes.
So that means that despite the fact that they have set what the rate is that is paid, that is not equivalent to what is paid out.
True.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not the equivalent of what is actually being paid out.
Yeah, they're holding
artists.
on to profits.
Of course they are. Absolutely. 100%.
Which is insane that they could do that, especially since it's literally not coming out of their pocket.
Exactly. I was gonna see what the actual rate was, because
I don't know if I've ever found that anywhere.
the Copyright Royalty Board rate covered digital streaming, physical, and downloaded use of music, with the most recent rates including increasing from 2023 to 2027.
It's gotta be over
to a total of 15.3% of a streaming services revenue. But what is the actual? Here we go. Rates are subject to periodic adjustments, such as the cost of living adjustment, COLA, of course, which set the per work at 12.7 cents and the per minute rate at 2.45 cents. And then you can go find the detailed official rate on their website and on the MLC's website as well. And they break down exactly.
So did you just say 12 cents?
Yeah, because they had raised it. But
so
you got to go in here and actually dig and find out what the actual
so it should be 12 cents.
What the actual rate is.
Oh, it's not 12 cents.
It may not be 100. It may not be 100% 12. They were talking about the adjustments of cost of living allowance.
Okay.
But anyway,
when you said the 12.7,
but anyway,
I was thinking even at 12.7, and they're paying 0.003
of a cent. So
that's fire.
That's crazy. That's probably how they out here getting mad rich, son.
That's why they super rich. I think they made a big deal out about a streaming service called Q-Buzz. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Q-Buzz, because they pay 1 cent for every stream. Like, that's a big deal. But now that I know that it could be potentially 12 cents being made,
now keep in mind,
they're still keeping 11 cents.
Now keep in mind, I would have to go in and actually look at what the actual
you understand the profit margin we talking
based
about?
On the.
That's a tough thing though. I think you need some real like mathematicians and scientists, because to calculate. Because think about it, you get revenue every month. You revenue from the different plans, bring in different money. You get revenue from advertisers, from the free plans.
That's right.
And then how do you predict how many songs gonna get played? Whatever art, and then paying that out. It's not easy, and it shouldn't be as much as you think. You shouldn't get like $17.99 a stream or something crazy. Like it's gonna be somewhere around like a cent or 2/3 of a cent. Right now, it's about a third of a cent.
Okay. Oh, look. No. Here you go. Oh, wait. As of January 1st, 2025, the statutory rates for mechanical license for digital uses are 12.7 cents per song, or 2.45 cents per minute, whichever is greater. This rate applies to users like streams and downloads from DSPs that operate in the U.S.
2 cents a minute per stream.
$2.45 cents per minute,
per stream,
whichever is greater.
Or 12 cents.
Or 12.7 cents per song.
At this juncture is 12 cents because most songs on average are 4 minutes or less. So
exactly.
Whichever is greater. 8 cents. So it pays 12 cents. So this you don't need mathematicians and scientists. I mean, you're not
getting that.
Yeah, is for example, from my previous career, I can tell you that on average, most companies would be very happy, including their shareholders, with a 30% or greater profit margin. So if we just cut that in half and said that they're receiving 12 cents for every stream and they were paying out 6 cents for every stream, they would still be having a 50% profit on streaming revenue. Yet they're paying
a 30%. Right, but
a third, not even a third.
Right. But my point is,
of a cent.
I need to dig deeper into that, because to me,
yeah, of course,
even if the 12 cents is legit, those are scientists and mathematicians that came up with that rate. That's like is that actually
These
real?
3 judges.
Sound like it was 3 judges, and they're using
but
the cost of living.
But my point is the money there though? Like, is that because let's say the 4 of us, because streaming farms, they stream stuff around the clock.
Of course.
So you mean to tell me that like I could just run up 12 cents per song? Like I want to know how much revenue is generated when a song streams. Is that 12 cents or not? Like,
yes.
How did they come up with that?
I can't tell you how they came up with
that's my point. We need to hear from like real, not no judges. We need to hear from,
but they're the ones who set the rate.
My point is that's unconstitutional. It's unlawful for them to set that without any kind of mathematical precedence. We need to.
But why they set the minimum wage for employment?
The U.S. Copyright Royalty Board sets the rate.
A minimum wage. Somebody set that. There's a board that decided on a rate based on cost of living and other things. They set it
based on revenue, like based on how much money is generated in an economy.
So let's assume they're using the same equation.
My point is, what's the equation? Like, in other words, I'm not a scientist. I don't know if I understand it, but at least explain to me how this figure came to be, because it has to make sense. Now, if you can do that, if we can do that, then we got a real legitimate fight on our hands to make these.
It's already just the math alone seems like the fight itself would be legitimate. If you're making less, if you're making 10
we don't have to guess.
We need to.
Okay.
The Copyright Royalty Board is a panel of 3 judges, right? We know what they do.
Yep.
Set the statutory royalty rates for certain copyrighted works by holding legal proceedings where publishers, songwriters, and digital platforms present arguments and evidence. The judges determine what constitutes a fair market rate for these licenses, which are often based on complex percentage of revenue formulas for streaming services. The CRB's authority covers statutory license, which are licenses created by Congress to manage situations where individual negotiations would be too complex or an efficient market doesn't exist. Then it talks about the process. They do legal proceedings, evidence and testimonies, experts and deliberation, determination of the rate. So they go through a whole process.
So basically, you're saying that they do present everything. They present the equations, the revenue. All the science and math is presented.
Yep. So when parties cannot agree on rates, the CRB initiates a proceeding similar to a court case. When it comes to evidence and testimonies, publishers, songwriters, and DSPs submit arguments, excuse me, and evidence to the judges presenting their economic and legal cases. Then there's a deliberation. It says the 3 judges who are appointed by the Library of Congress analyze the evidence and apply their knowledge of copyright law and economics to determine a fair rate. And then the determination of rates, the judges then issue decisions setting the rates for the applicable statutory license, which are then published and must be followed. Factors the CRB considers is market value, business models, and statutory framework.
So here's my question. My question is,
did y'all know that?
No, that's my point though. How come nobody is talking about that? Because now if that's the case, because you get these rappers that come on, they come on these, I don't know, Talib Kweli, Snoop Dogg, others that will get on and say, "Oh, it's not fair. How you gonna pay me?" To me, they sound stupid. But if I have the information that look, 12 cents per song or 2 cents per minute, whichever is greater, is generated from all these streams, you damn right I want like way more than a third of a penny.
$17.99.
Way more than that. Well, not that. No,
I'm just saying. There's some CDs back in the day.
I'm like Ty said, I want at least 66 cents. At least 6 cents needs to come to me or whoever owns the copyright to that song. Right. At least 6 cents.
So they set the rate, right?
We start at 6 cents.
But see, but then that would have to be set by this board.
But my point is, how come nobody ever mentions the 12 cent or the 2 cent per minute? Nobody talked about that ever. That's the reason why I'm almost a little skeptical of what you're saying, because like, of course, everybody will mention that, right?
No, not necessarily.
Like, if you're trying to make a public plea, because if you get public opinion, if you get public opinion on your side, like,
let me tell you something.
Taylor Swift. If Taylor Swift said, "Hey, hey Swifties, this is what they pay out," the Swifties will all, and Beyonce, the Beehive and the Swifties will get together and say, "Look, y'all, we gonna ban Spotify unless y'all pay Taylor and every artist at least 6 cents per stream.
And they know that's not going to happen because even though Taylor Swift may be a huge artist, not everybody is Taylor Swift.
I'm just saying, but any artist, so any artist, Snoop Dogg, somebody with influence will stand up and say, "All right, they making 12 cents."
Yeah, but
per stream, because nobody's ever said that before.
But the lion is not going to teach the zebra how to get away from the lion. That's not going to happen. They're not going to teach you and tell you about all of this in that capacity so that you would know what this whole thing is, so that you can come back and argue. Wait, y'all getting 12.7 cents per song and y'all only giving us 0.003 cents per song? What's happening to the rest of it? We keeping it. We getting paid off of that, which is how you get the CEO of Spotify, who is cashing in on stocks and getting 12 billion, million, whatever the price is.
No, we got to deep dive on that. We got to like,
let's get some lawyers.
We got to sound the horns on that, because even for independent artists, that could change your life, man.
But obviously,
if independent artists can get 6 cents a stream and they could build a fan base.
But here's the thing.
Because a lot of artists are making it off the 3rd cent of a stream, are doing okay. Imagine that's life changing, bro.
But it makes me question
independent artists.
It makes me question. And process number 2, evidence and testimony. Who are the publishers and songwriters that's presenting evidence to argue for or against rate increases?
What's the
yeah, but the issue
this
here
ain't got to do with Cardi B anymore.
The issue is the issue here is the rate is not the issue.
The rate is not the issue.
It's the payout is the issue.
The payout is the issue.
Now, potentially, if the rate was the payout,
then everybody be happy.
Or that would be the issue. You say the issue is we don't like, so who's representing us get more than 12 cents? It should be 20 cents,
facts.
Right? But we can't argue about the 12 cent because we're not even seeing 8 cent, literally.
Not even seeing 8 cent per song.
8 cent per song.
Or 2.45 cents.
But now we know that
that
the DSPs are receiving 12 cents.
Yeah. At least 12.7 cents.
Yeah.
Per song, or 2.45 cents per minute, whichever is greater. This is why we exist.
If you get paid 6 cents a stream, all you need is 50,000 streams to make $3,000 a month.
And right now, 50,000 streams would probably pay you like $3.
That's nasty right there. That's crazy.
My point is that could be the difference between you doing full-time music.
Oh, absolutely.
That could change somebody's complete trajectory, complete lifestyle.
Absolutely.
For them, their family, whoever it may be, if they were receiving even a portion of that 12.7 cents per stream.
Yeah. This ain't gonna be our last combo because I'm a deep dive, and
you know what I mean. Like,
I'm almost wondering, like, in conspiracy, like, is somebody
we need to get a lawyer.
Is somebody gonna murder us if we speak too loud about this? Because why wouldn't somebody?
You're gonna be like,
how come? Because
hello,
instead of making these blank arguments, how streaming don't pay. Well, we got the evidence of how much they make.
Yeah. Yep. It's all there. That's
all new to me. This is all new to me. 12 cents.
And the question is how. This is new to a lot of independents. Well, I first learned about the CRB, the CRB was in Donald Passman's book. All you need to was it is either Donald Passman's book or Ari Herstand's book, but I think it was one of those two. Looking down here because they're down here.
Yeah,
or maybe it's this. Ty, can you give me that book right there? The one on top, the purple joint. Yes, maybe it was in this book. Y'all know, y'all need to go get this book. The Plain and Simple Guide to Music Publishing. Maybe it was in here somewhere. They talked about oh, did I just get on the right page? Yo, that would be mad crazy. No, because in here it's talking about mechanical licenses, but it's talking about Canada. And it's talking about what they mechanical licenses rates are. But it's in here somewhere. Reduced rate licensing. Yo, that's crazy. That went right to Yo, that's crazy. That I went right to the section in the book. Yo, that's to tell y'all something. Y'all need to know. Yo, hold up. That's what it right. In a perfect world for writers and publishers, there wouldn't even be a CRB determining how much publishers could charge for their songs. Publishers would like a flat amount per stream, such as 1/10 or 1 cent, 1/10 or 1 cent per stream or something, and not some variable, wave your hands in the air, nebulous formula based on how much money a streaming service charges or makes.
Yes.
I literally went straight to the.
Yeah. Because
that's crazy.
That's exactly what's happening is that they're saying, okay, we're collecting the 12 cents now based on what our overhead is.
Yes.
This book. This is what's left after our overhead. Now, based on the plan
right here,
that the subscriber has, I'm dictating how much I pay out.
That's crazy.
Based on how much I'm making from the subscriber, not how much I'm receiving based on what the board says the payout should be.
Right. And how many people don't know
actually that? Radio pays out in a similar format, except for there's far more profit on the front end of radio. And so it's a substantial amount more money that you can make off of having radio play than off of streaming.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this as we
but get ready. They use a formula too.
I'm gonna say this as we get ready to close out this episode. The reason why you don't hear it is because these platforms don't want to talk about it. When you listen to other, I'm just going to say it. When you listen to other podcasts, when you listen to other music-oriented shows, they're not talking about this because they want to talk about things that are going to...
Hot and salacious.
Hot and salacious. That's going to jack up views, right?
Or they'll talk about it, but they'll talk about it in an ignorant fashion. Where they talk about, they don't pay nothing.
Not
without having the actual knowledge of what's going on.
That's the issue. Yeah. That's the issue because a lot of times the people who are talking about it on these platforms don't have the knowledge to even talk about it. They don't even know where to go look. They probably don't even know a CRB even exists.
Right.
And so, but these are people that govern everything that's paid out to us, that we should be knowing who these individuals are and what these individuals have authority over. Yeah. But we don't because we're too busy talking about hot and salacious stuff. Yeah. That's not really going to help you as an independent be effective or knowledgeable in.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's willful ignorance because you Googled it. You read the books. You bought the books.
It's in this book.
So you chose to get the knowledge. And Google is not specific to the Indie Unplugged. Anybody can use it. You just choose not to, which is fine. You can tune in to us and we'll get you right. No, don't chat GPT it. Chat GPT, how you jacked up out here. Out here. But go seek out the knowledge. Go seek it out. Don't be a victim.
Don't be a victim.
You don't have to be.
Yeah.
Don't be willfully ignorant.
Facts. You ain't got to be. But man, there we out, I guess. Peace out.
Yeah.
I mean, we
great.
We did our job tonight, ladies.
God bless everybody.
Great.
God bless y'all. Peace. We out.
2 of them.
Look at my hair. Yeah.